Okay, this video goes in chapter 4 and it's from page 203 and we're going to talk about interest. There's a formula for interest that is I equals P times R times T. I'm going to teach you how to use that formula today. I stands for interest. Interest is the money the bank pays you for thanking you for keeping your money with them. They pay you a little bit. Look, if you'll let us hold your money, we'll give you a little bit of money. That's what interest is. Principal is the amount of money you start with. The principal amount is how much you put in the bank at the beginning. The rate is a percentage. It's for this formula, you must move your decimal places to the left 2 places, but it's always a percent. Remember, you can't multiply by a percent, so you've got to change it to a decimal. And T stands for time. If they tell you that you've had it in there for 5 years, you use 5. If they say that you've had it in there for 6 months, you need to use 1/2. Okay, now before we go any further, I'm going to give you the bonus word. There you go. Bonus word. Okay. First example says, suppose you invest $900 for 2 years at 4% interest. Here's our formula. So the principal is $900. The rate is 4%, but I want you to go ahead and I want you to do 4 divided by 100. That's going to give you the decimal you need to use in the formula, 0.04. Time is 2 years. Interest is what I'm looking for. So here's our formula. I equals P times R times T. And I'm going to plug these numbers in. 900 times 0.04 times 2. 900 times 0.04 times 2 is $72. So if you leave $900 in the bank for 2 years, at the end of 2 years, they'll pay you $72. And how much money will you have after that? 900 plus the 72 they paid you would be $972. Okay, let's look at the next example. Suppose you invest $1,200 for 3.5 years at 4.255%. So let's list what we have. Interest is what I'm looking for. Principal is the amount I've invested. It's $1,200. Rate is 4.255%. I'm going to divide that by 100, 4.255. It's going to move the decimal 2 places, and it's going to be 0.04255. T is time, and this time it is 3.5 years. I'm going to put that in my formula. 1,200 times 0.04255 times 3.5. So I have 1,200 times 0.04255 times 3.5. And the interest is $178.71. Okay, now these 2 examples, you were given the P, the R, and the T, and all you had to do is come up with the interest. You have a handout for this, looks like this, and you can mark the first one. It goes right along with those. Third example on the video says, suppose you invest, I don't know how many dollars for 3 years at 6% interest. The amount of interest is $61.20. Find P. So this time they're telling you that I is $61.20. We're looking for P. R is 6%. When I divide by 100, I'm going to get 0.06. T is 3 years. So when I put this in my formula, 61.20 is equal to P times 0.06 times 3. So I'm going to have to multiply these 2 numbers together. 0.06 times 3 is 0.18. So 61.20 equals P times 0.18. Now to solve for P, divide both sides by 0.18. and the principal is $340. So I started with $340, and they paid me $61.20 in interest for leaving it in their bank for 3 years. If I want to know how much I have at the end of that time, then I just add those two together. Okay, you can stop the video and you can do the second problem on your handout. Fourth problem. One more time in case you missed it. There's your secret bonus word. You invest $400 for 3 years and earn $78 in interest. What was the rate? Remember the formula, I equals P times R times T. So let's list. You invest $400. That is your principal. Your rate is the unknown. The time is 3 years. The interest is $78. So we're going to put it in our formula. 78 equals 400 times R times T, which is 3. So we're going to have to multiply together the 400 and the 3. So 78 equals 1200 R. Divide by 1200. And I get 0.065. The rate is 0.065. But remember, when I'm putting it in the formula and taking it out of the formula, it's the decimal version. I need to change this back to a percentage. So I'm going to multiply by 100, and we're going to get 6.5% for our rate. 6.5%. The last one, you invest $1,200 for blank years at 5.25% interest, and you earn $378. How long did you invest? This time we're looking for time. So we know the principal is $1,200. We know the rate is 5.25%. We know the interest is $378. Put it in your formula. 378 equals 1,200 times the rate. Now the rate is a percent. I need to change it to a decimal. 0.0525 times T. So I'll multiply those together. I get 63. So 378 equals 63 times T. I'm going to divide by 63. And T turns out to be 6. So that would be 6 years. Okay, finish the problems on your handout, and I will see you in class tomorrow.